5 friends vanished. 4 months later, they were found in a dark mountain shack. They starved to death. But here is the thing. Inside that cabin, there was 3 months' worth of food and a working heater. What kind of terror makes you choose slow death over survival? This is the Yuba County Five. I am Gary Mathias. There were 5 of us. Me, Marvin, Jackie, Bill, and Ted. On the night of February 4th, 1978, after a college basketball game in Chico, we got into Marvin's Monte Carlo. Our goal was simple: drive straight home to Yuba City. We were on the main road, but Marvin suddenly turned the wheel without any warning. We were on a narrow, snow-covered mountain road. No one spoke. None of us had the power to question him. It was as if a silent compulsion was pushing us forward. Then, the car got stuck in the snow. Marvin killed the lights. He left the keys on the seat. All of our IDs and wallets stayed right there. We were commanded to leave the car. We obeyed and stepped out into the crushing cold and the darkness. We walked for hours in the bitter cold. Bill had lost his shoes. Jackie was sobbing. "Jackie, where are we going? It's too cold. Why don't we go back?" "Ted, we have to be quiet. I feel like someone is watching us." We couldn't stop. Every time we tried to pause, an internal coldness, not from the weather, would intensify. There was no one visible, but a chilling sense of urgency told us we had to reach the cabin. Finally, we reached it. A small, abandoned trailer. The lock was broken. We walked inside. It was warm. Blankets, a heater, and salvation, food, canned beans, applesauce, juice. My stomach screamed with hunger. I reached for a can of beans, and I couldn't. "Bill, no, you can't. He won't allow it." A massive, invisible force prevented us from touching the food. A voice not in our ears, but in our minds, screamed, "Survival is forbidden." We watched our bodies slowly starve to death, surrounded by the means to live. Any attempt to leave or use the food was met with a terrifying, silent mental scream. This cabin became our prison, a prison we voluntarily chose out of a deeper fear.
My friends, if you liked this story, subscribe now.
Days turned into weeks. I watched my friends die one by one. The light began to fade. And then the voice gave me permission. I had to leave. I had to walk 11 miles away. I had to take off my clothes and lie down naked on that cot. Why? I only knew I had to obey. Gary Mathias's naked body was found 11 miles from his friends. The final conclusion of the search teams and investigating authorities was stark and definitive. The body showed no signs of external injury, struggle, or foul play. The men succumbed to exposure and starvation. The trailer was fully equipped for survival. They were left with an unexplained, voluntary abandonment of the vehicle and a self-imposed starvation, ultimately closing the case with a verdict of death by exposure, while admitting the lack of logic in the victim's side. This story is a haunting reminder that sometimes the most terrifying threat is the one that forces you to choose your own slow demise.